You think you're lazy. You wake up tired, you scroll for hours. You put off tasks, ignore texts, lose track of time. You call it procrastination. You call it lack of motivation. You beat yourself up for not doing more, not being more. But what if I told you that you're not lazy at all? What if I told you that what you're experiencing isn't a personal failing, but a spiritual crisis? We talk about burnout in terms of work, deadlines, hustle culture, too many hours, too little rest. But there's another kind of burnout, one we rarely name, the kind that doesn't come from doing too much but from feeling too little, a numbness that creeps in quietly until one day you realize you're not living, you're just enduring. This isn't the kind of tired sleep can fix. This is a deeper exhaustion, one that settles in your bones and makes everything feel pointless. You're not lazy, you're spiritually exhausted, and no one is talking about it. We live in a world that worships productivity. We measure our worth in likes, follows, promotions, achievements. From the moment we wake up, we're bombarded with signals that we're not enough, unless we're constantly proving otherwise. The dopamine rush of a new notification. The pressure to always be improving, optimizing, grinding. But what happens when your soul can't keep up? We weren't built for this. Our ancestors lived lives of rhythm, of cycles, day and night, work and rest. Seasons of activity followed by seasons of stillness. But we've broken that cycle. Now it's just on, always on. Screens glow through the night. Messages never stop. Our minds spin even while our bodies sit still. This isn't just stressful, it's unnatural, it's dehumanizing. The philosopher Kierkegaard once said, "The most common form of despair is not being who you are." And that's what this kind of burnout does. It pulls you away from yourself. You don't recognize your own thoughts. You catch yourself saying, "I don't care," more than you ever used to. Not because you're apathetic, but because you're protecting yourself. You've been asked to care about too much for too long. Now you're running on empty. Psychologists call it emotional fatigue, but that feels clinical, sterile. This is deeper. This is existential. You don't just feel tired, you feel hollow. You find yourself scrolling past tragedy, war, suffering, because you can't afford to feel it anymore. Because if you did, you might break. And this is where the modern world fails us. We treat burnout like a tech issue, like you just need a better system, a new app, a tighter schedule, as if you could organize your way out of despair. But you can't optimize your soul. There's a reason monks retreat to silence, why prophets wandered deserts, why ancient rites demanded solitude, fasting, darkness. They understood something we've forgotten, that the human spirit needs space, stillness, silence, and we've lost all three. Even our rest has become performance. We post about our vacations, document our self-care, turn healing into content. There's no privacy, no pause, just more input, more noise, and beneath it all, a quiet scream, a sense that something is deeply wrong. Do you feel it? That ache behind your ribs, that dull panic when the room gets quiet, that strange sadness at the edge of your joy. It's not depression, though it can become that. It's not laziness, though it looks like that. It's a spiritual warning signal, a smoke alarm in your soul, and we ignore it because it doesn't fit the narrative. Because if we stop to truly feel it, we might have to admit how sick our society has become, how disconnected, how lost. In 1942, Viktor Frankl was sent to a Nazi concentration camp. He survived years of horror, not because he was the strongest, but because he had a reason to live. Later he wrote that those who survived were often those who had a sense of meaning, something to hold on to, a purpose deeper than pain. Today, we've replaced meaning with metrics, with numbers, followers, bank accounts, step counts, calories burned, and we wonder why we feel empty. We've traded soul for data. And the worst part? We blame ourselves. We internalize the burnout. Tell ourselves we're not disciplined enough, not focused enough, not grateful enough. But gratitude won't fix a system that's designed to drain you. You can't positive mindset your way out of spiritual starvation. You need more than rest, you need renewal. So what does that look like? It starts with honesty, with naming the thing that's eating you alive. The boredom that's actually grief, the distraction that's actually fear, the apathy that's actually despair. You can't heal what you won't acknowledge. It means reclaiming silence, putting your phone down, not to be more productive, but to simply exist, to be bored, to feel, to remember what your own thoughts sound like. That's not wasted time. That's sacred time. It means letting go of the lie that you have to earn your worth. You don't. You are already worthy, by existing, by breathing, by being a soul in a human body. Nothing can add to that. Nothing can take it away. It means grieving the culture that raised you, the noise, the pressure, the disconnection. It means mourning the parts of yourself that had to go numb just to survive. And it means forgiving yourself for all the times you shut down, avoided, disengaged. That wasn't failure. That was protection. That was wisdom. But now, it's time to wake up. Not in the way the world tells you, not with more hustle, but with more depth, more slowness, more attention to the unseen. Start small. Sit outside. Breathe without counting. Cry without apologizing. Listen to music that makes your chest ache. Read poetry aloud. Light a candle for no reason. Talk to a stranger like they matter. Tell someone you love them and mean it. These are not luxuries. These are lifelines. Because the truth is, you're not lazy. You're not broken. You're not unmotivated. You're spiritually exhausted from trying to live in a world that forgot how to be human. But you can remember. You can reclaim your soul. And when you do, you'll begin to notice life again. The way sunlight hits your floor. The way a deep laugh feels in your stomach. The smell of rain. The softness of your own hands. This is not about escape. It's about reconnection to something ancient, something sacred, something that lives beneath the algorithms and deadlines and noise. You. And maybe that's the revolution no one talks about. Not quitting your job or moving to the mountains, but simply coming home to yourself. Because when you do, the world changes. Not in big, flashy ways, but in slow, quiet ones. You become more kind, more grounded, more awake. And that is enough. If this video stirred something in you, if it named a truth you've been carrying in silence, then don't let it fade. Reflect, journal, talk, rest, reclaim your stillness. And if you're willing, share this message. Because someone out there is scrolling right now feeling broken, calling themselves lazy, wondering what's wrong with them. Let them know, it's not laziness, it's spiritual exhaustion, and healing is possible. If this resonated, take a moment to like this video, subscribe for more soul-deep content, and share your reflections in the comments below. This isn't just a channel, it's a conversation, one we all need to have together. Until next time, take care of your spirit.